Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. Afraid? Good. That means you're standing in front of the door to change. Open that door. Enter. Life doesn't give space to the uncertain. If you don't master your steps, someone else will master them for you. Don't just survive. Master. Don't just step forward. Break through. Losing is not the disgrace. Giving up is. Every fall is training to stand taller. Control your mind. Control your emotions. Because life is like a chessboard. If you don't move, you will be eaten. Never lose hope. Not just surviving life, but leading life. Not just fighting fear, but making fear bow to you. Dreams are the only reason to keep moving forward. Remember your dreams. Not only when you're feeling motivated, but especially when you feel like giving up. Dreams are like a compass. They don't always make the journey easy, but they make sure you don't get lost. Don't let fear cut off your direction. Fear of failure will only make you stop before you even try. And stopping is the fastest way to lose. Everyone has a dream. The difference is some bury it when the world starts pressing down. Others hold on to it even tighter. You will be rejected. You will be underestimated. You will fall again and again. But every time you rise, your dream will be stronger than your pain. Control your steps. Control your story. Don't wait for others to believe in you. Prove it until they can't ignore you. Because this world doesn't make room for those who forget their dreams. Only for those who remember them every day and walk toward them, even alone. Chase that light. Even when darkness closes every direction, even when your steps tremble, light is not just a destination. It is a sign that you are still moving. Don't wait for the path to be bright. That light appears because you walk toward it. Afraid of getting lost? Staying still is even more dangerous. Stillness kills more dreams than failure. Everyone can see the light from afar, but only a few dare to get closer, because getting closer means passing through obstacles, passing through mockery, passing through pain. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be the one who doesn't stop. Because when you keep chasing, that light will stop moving away. It will wait for you, and in the end, you will stand inside it. Chase the light, not just to see the path, but to be the light for others still walking in darkness. Falling is certain, but rising, that's a choice. Every time you fall, the world will watch. Some will laugh, some will underestimate you, and some will wait to see if you will stand again. Rise, not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. Failure is not the end. It's just a sign that you're learning a better way. Every scar is proof that you have fought, and every struggle is capital for the next victory. Rise stronger, walk firmer, because every time you stand after falling, you are no longer the same person. You are tougher, sharper, more dangerous to the next failure. Rise after the fall, because a winner is not one who never falls, but one who always stands back up and walks further than before. Believe in the process, not because the process is easy, but because without the process, dreams are just wishful thinking. Every step you take today, even if small, is a foundation for tomorrow's victory. The process is slow, sometimes painful. Sometimes it makes you feel like there's no progress. But it's in those moments that you are being forged. You will fail. You will be rejected. You will feel alone. But every scar is proof that you are moving forward. Because this world doesn't give rewards to those who give up quickly, only to those who last long enough until the process turns into victory. Trust the process, because it's the process that shapes you into the person who deserves the result. Limits are not walls. Limits are just lines you draw in your own mind. If you believe those limits are real, you will stop there. If you challenge them, you will find that the line can be moved. Afraid to step further? That's a sign you're standing at the edge of your growth. And growth never feels comfortable, but winners always have one reason to keep going. Destroy the comfort that keeps you still. Step out of your comfort zone before that zone becomes a prison. You won't know how strong you are until you force yourself beyond the point of exhaustion. You won't know how far you can go until you refuse to step. Because this world doesn't reward those who play it safe. Only those who dare to break through limits and turn those limits into a platform to jump even higher. Break your limits, not just to prove that you can, but to prove that those limits were never real to begin with. Follow your heart, not because it's the easiest path, but because it's the path that makes you truly alive. The heart doesn't always give a safe route. Sometimes it takes you down a lonely road full of doubt from others. But that's where you find your true self. The world will try to control your steps. They will say, follow the safe path. But the safe path rarely leads to great achievements. Follow your heart and let your mind work to find the way. The heart gives direction. The mind gives strategy. Action gives results. You will fail. You will fall. But every time you rise, you get closer to the life you want. Because in the end, what suffocates you isn't failure, but a life never tried. Follow your heart. Control your steps. Conquer your life and let the world see that your courage is louder than your fear. The storm comes to test you, not to destroy you, but to see if you are worthy to endure. Anyone can stand when the sky is clear, but only a few dare to stand when the sky collapses. Stand in the middle of the storm. Don't run. Don't hide. Because the same storm that scares others can become the stage for your victory. Afraid? That's natural. But let that fear be the reason to strengthen your stance, not the reason to retreat. The storm will shake your beliefs. It will try to break your steps. But every second you endure, you are building a strength that can't be bought. Because the storm doesn't last forever. And when the clouds begin to break, the world will see who's still standing. Stand in the storm, not just to survive, but to emerge as a leader born from chaos. Your voice is your power, not just to speak, but to define the direction of your life. If you don't find your voice, the world will give you a voice that isn't yours. And slowly, you will forget who you are, even if it trembles at first, even if others underestimate you, because a voice born from conviction is louder than 1,000 empty shouts. Afraid to speak? Afraid to be wrong? That's a sign you're standing at the door of change. Open that door. Enter. Your voice is not just words. It is attitude. It is decision. It is a sign that you lead, not just follow. Control your steps and let your voice be the compass that guides you through the storm. Because this world doesn't wait for the silent. Who dare to speak and prove their words with action? Find your voice. Use it to lead. Use it to transform. Use it to conquer your life. Living without regret doesn't mean living without mistakes. It means you dare to take steps, even knowing those steps might make you fall. Mistakes are the price you pay to learn. Regret is the price you pay for never trying. You will be rejected, but every decision you make with courage will shape you into someone stronger. Life is short, too short to spend wondering, what would have happened if I tried? Control your steps. Control your story. Don't let others write the end of your life. Because in the end, the most painful thing isn't failure, but realizing you never truly lived. Live without regret. Take risks. Face the storm. And leave a mark that makes you proud when you look back. The greatest legacy is not money, not position, not title. The greatest legacy is the mark you leave in the hearts and minds of others. Leave a legacy that's not to be remembered because you existed, but to be remembered because you changed something. Don't live just for today. Today will pass, but the impact of your actions can last forever. Afraid to fail? Afraid to be wrong? That's natural. But if fear makes you stop, you will leave this world without a trace. Build something bigger than yourself. Help others stand taller even when you're gone. Control your steps. Control your story. Don't let your life be just a footnote on the edge of history, because this world doesn't remember everyone. The world only remembers those who dare to leave a mark that time can't erase. Leave a legacy. Make your life meaningful. Make your steps immortal. Beginning again doesn't mean you failed. Beginning again means you're brave enough not to quit. Many people fall and choose to stay silent, not because they can't get back up, but because they're afraid to try again. Even if your heart still carries wounds, even if your steps still tremble, because every new beginning brings new opportunities. Afraid of repeating mistakes? Use that fear as a guide, not as a reason to stop. Every time you begin again, you begin with more experience, more resilience, and more reasons to win. Begin again, not because you have to, but because you deserve to see how far you can go this time.